Hello everyone who's watching, my name is George Smith. I play guitar and sing in the band New Hope Club. Our brand new single, Trouble in Paradise, is out now, and we actually have another single called Swim with Sharks that could potentially be out. I'm just going to say it is out, so check it out, give it a listen. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you don't like it, still let us know that you don't like it. Be brutally honest with us. We can take it. So I'm going to show off some of the gear that we use while on tour. Let's start with my guitar. This is my Fender Stratocaster, made in Mexico. It's lovely. I've had it for probably about 7 years now. Never let me down. That's what a Stratocaster is. It's kind of like a workhorse guitar. I feel like they're always sort of. I mean, I feel like every guitarist has to have a Stratocaster in their guitar collection. So yeah, I've been in love with it ever since I've had it. Actually, I've recently moved to playing a Tele, which Fender were really sweet to send us some new guitars around about a year ago. So I've been using that on tour. But I always kind of find myself coming back to this. Yeah, like I said, it's never let me down. Plays extremely well, and I just think it has a sound that New Hope Club have always sort of resorted back to at some point. And yeah, I mean, I love playing it on stage. It also just looks nice. You know when a guitar just like looks nice. So yeah, I think it's also a little broken. Although this volume does go to 11. If anyone's.
But this goes to 11.
This one goes to 11. No, yeah, it's obviously been. I've toured with it for a while, so you know it's got its bumps and it's showing its age a little. But you know, it's part of the charm of sort of a used guitar. To be honest, I pretty much I crank the volume to 10. I know a lot of my other bandmates put it on like a nice 7 to trick the front of house person, but yeah, I put it to 10. Again, tone, I'll kind of fiddle with it during different songs, but I don't really touch it too much. It's more just like pickup wise. Again, more of like the higher end solo stuff, I'll drop it down here, so it has more of that screechy sort of sound. As well as on my pedal board, I'll be changing patches on there. But more like rhythmy stuff, again, pop it all the way to the top. So yeah, pretty standard, nothing too special. I think these strings have been on here for a while, but I'm not gonna lie.
Strings old.
Very worn in. Yeah, the strings are. I assume I use it. Again, I haven't restrung it for a long time, but Diodario, the blue
blue, I think,
the blue Diodario strings. Again, I don't really play crazily hard. I do more of like the twiddly stuff a lot of the time, like slight bends. So I very rarely, again, touch wood for tonight, that I don't break a string. But yeah, I mean, they sound good, they play good. Even after a while, even though they're aging strings, I still think they have like a nice tone to them. Tune in, standard E. Your most bog standard guitar tune. I've not really got away from it. But yeah, like one song I think you said, but we drop the key down to D, and I do more of like a open D on the top. So I'll just use the tuner on stage, quickly drop it to a D, and do more of like a. Can't do it now because it's not in D, but yeah, open, like that sort of thing with open D. So yeah, pretty much standard. So we recently have started running Ableton for our live shows. This is probably like I think it's our 6th show running Ableton. We run Ableton Live 11.2, which I think is pretty much again the standard now. We moved away from QLabs probably about 6 months ago, so I've been like figuring out all of the technical side of things. We use an Oaktone Mini 2, which Oaktone again politely sent us, and we've been using that since the start of this tour. Again, it's a great way for us to sort of like go through our Play Audio 12 and run our main rig with a redundant rig. You go through the inputs 1 and 2, and then you just have the host port, which is where the Oaktone Mini kind of sits, and then you can do all your MIDI patching. It's like, it seems like a lot at the start, but once you kind of get into it and you know, you learn how to load the tracks, kind of figure out where the best to like gain down some of the tracks, kind of like the locators and stuff. It can be a little bit confusing, but I try to keep it as clean and I'm like a little OCD, so everything's color coded, which helps me and also just helps us when we're rehearsing. If we want to, quickly jump to the second pre or something, I can just go, oh, that's green, and then we're there. So it's important just to, I'm learning still as we go along with every show. Something goes wrong, and then, it's another string to your bow, and you can adjust here and there whenever you need to in sound check. Hopefully nothing too much on stage. I've got 4 setups here. I've got my A chain is sort of my cleanest one. It's like a mid-verb vibe. I've just got sort of like a classic amp, and I've got my wah pedal selected here, which I use far too much. I'm quite embarrassed by it, but I do love it. I have this set up. This is like my main patch for most of the songs. Pretty standard sort of verb. And I have my crunchier one for more of like the rockier New Hope Club songs. I use this one, for that exact reason. Again, it's pretty much just a standard amp, and then like a bit of an overdrive sort of pedal. And this is my super delay, which I very rarely use, but I'll use it as like filler in between songs, which, pressing all the wrong buttons here. It's pretty much, again, an amp, a little bit of reverb, sort of loads of reverb going through it, and like a reverse delay that I've got a pretty long feedback time on, just to fill space in between songs if we're talking, because, it can get a little awkward sometimes. It does, it's never awkward. Nice to fill the gap. And I've got my fuzz, which I use for more of like my solo-y stuff. Again, they're all going through the same amp. I try to keep like as much consistency in sounds, and then again I've just got more of like a fuzz overdrive effect chain. So I'll sort of rotate between these during songs throughout the set, and if I hear something I will tend to just like change it all here. But the great thing about these is it's not even saved it, so go straight to the next one and it's always back there. But yeah, like Blake said, they're pretty solid. We've used them for 3 years. They've only done us wrong once, which we very quickly found out. Just unplug it and plug it back in again. So I live by that motto with all tech right now. But yeah, again, pretty simple. Wah pedal, line 6, helix stomp, solid, very good, very compact. We used to tour with like a big Kemper and like a massive Pelly. We used to carry 2 of those around. So she just whacked this in our little silver briefcase over there, and away we go. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed our little rundown of our gear that we're using on this tour. Hopefully we'll see you guys again very soon, and yeah, we love you lots.